originally diagnosed with alopecia universalis at the age of 8 years old, and that is complete and total hair loss. So not only on the head are you completely bald, but also all over the body. So the hair and the eyebrows and the eyelashes are the most prominent features that are completely gone with that one. Actually, a journey. I started noticing it a couple days after Christmas of that year. I was taking a bath and washing my hair, and clumps of hair was coming out into my hands. And that was the first time I had noticed it. My mother had said that she had noticed it a couple weeks prior, that I was leaving hair everywhere, more than usual. And I started developing little bald patches here and there on my head. But it was about within a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe, I had nothing on the top of my head except for one little patch in the back. The rest came out over the course of the following month. The eyebrows and the eyelashes, and even like the minute arm hairs that I even had were completely gone within a month. But that is what's really strange about alopecia, is that it attacks so differently, and it can even grow back so differently depending on the individual itself that has it. I had to, luckily, I found an organization that helped me not only grow in my confidence and self-esteem, but also on tricks and tips on how to hide it. I was very embarrassed for a very long time. And there was a lot of years that I call the lost years, because I truly did not know why I was still on this earth, or why I had this happening to me. And I felt like I wasn't worthy enough of the dreams that I had originally put forth for myself, simply because of a diagnosis of alopecia. I don't mind people now. As an adult, I am comfortable going out without a hairpiece on in public, but that wasn't always the case, because I would simply go outside with either a scarf like I have on now, or even nothing on, and I would simply get kind of looked at as though I had some serious ailment. I would have people coming up and telling me they're praying for my recovery, or asking how far into chemotherapy I was in, asking me if I had gone into remission, and none of those things relate to alopecia. Alopecia is simply an autoimmune disorder that attacks the hair follicles, causing them to fall out. It can come along with other autoimmune disorders, but in comparison, I'm relatively healthy. And so for a young girl in particular, going outside and being told all of these things, or even asked, I would merely just rather somebody come up to me and say, hey, why don't you have hair? Or is that alopecia? Or do you have cancer? It gives me an opening to then discuss it, because even though it is quite common in older adults, particularly older males, it still happens, and it still happens to a lot of children, and it truly affects their development and also their self-esteem in the world that we live in. Is that alopecia hits every individual differently. I know a young girl that had all of her hair fall out, but in the summertime it came all the way back. I've had young girls who grow it back after certain ages, and then it might fall out again. I went from alopecia universalis back to alopecia areata after I hit puberty. I grew my eyebrows back and I grew my eyelashes back. They say that after 8 years, if you still have hair loss and you have not had new growth, it is probable that you won't regrow new hair, but it doesn't mean that it's not completely possible, because it is, with my case, have been way over 8 years, and I'm still growing new hair every year. So, steroid shots tend to be something that people go to grow new hair. Vitamins have helped myself. Just biotin and fish oil every single day has helped not only, my hair grow, but my eyebrows, my eyelashes are longer and stronger and thicker. But it is really unique to the individual. And so it's really hard with research in the background, but also talking about it publicly. Each story is going to be different, and each story is valuable because of that.